So videos of 7'7" Robert Bobrovsky have pretty much gone viral fairly recently. In my last video, a lot of guys requested this. So this video is going to be Robert Bobrovsky. How good is he actually? So first of all, I'm going to give a bit of a background on Robert. So Robert's dad is 7'1" and his mom is 6 foot tall. When he was 12 years old, he was actually taller than his dad. He moved to Italy in 2014 to play basketball. He stayed there for 2 years and in 2016 moved to Ohio so that he could play basketball in the Spire Institute. Robert is currently on an insane strength and conditioning regimen as well as a 5,000 calorie diet in order to build up his strength so that he can hopefully one day play basketball at a high level. As of right now, he's not playing that much competitive basketball because as you can see from the clips, he struggles moving. And that's one of the major things they're trying to fix at the Spire Institute. They're trying to build up his core and he's currently training every day in order to get his body in the best shape possible. So I'm going to go over the strengths of his game first. So obviously, the first strength is the biggest one, that he's 7'7". If this guy was 3 inches smaller, no one would be talking about him. He's 7'7", so right now I think he's the second tallest basketball player in the world and is already 4 inches bigger than the tallest player in the NBA, Kristaps Porzingis. He has a good touch around the basket and quite good footwork, to be honest. His footwork seems to be alright from what I've seen, and he has a good touch, especially for someone 7'7". He can't quite shoot the three from what I've seen, but has a decent mid-range shot and decent hands around the basket. He also seems to read the game quite well. He's often in the right positions, which is actually really important because if he didn't read the game well with his extreme lack of athleticism, he would struggle on the court. But his weaknesses may prevent him from ever playing basketball at a particularly high level. He moves worse than any player I've ever seen. And I've watched Sun Ming play full basketball games, who was 7'9". He doesn't move anywhere near as well as Yao Ming did, but Yao Ming was an exception with how well he moved. He doesn't move as well as Sean Bradley, he doesn't move as well as Mira-san, doesn't move anywhere near as well as Porzingis. I know Porzingis is a little bit smaller than him, doesn't move as well as even Sim Villar, who was 7'5" and extremely overweight. Those guys weren't particularly athletic, but as of right now, Robert seems to struggle to make it up and down the court. His running technique seems to be extremely poor, and hopefully in the next 2 years that can be fixed at the Spire Institute. But if not, he may never actually play high-level basketball. So how good is he actually? That's a really hard question to answer right now, because he's got some incredible strengths which will make him an extremely good prospect when he's finished in high school. But he's also got a few major weaknesses which could be a massive problem with him down the line. Will he play Division I college basketball? That again is a tough question. Will he get a full ride through a Division I school? I'd say there's about a 95% chance he does. Because he is 7'7", there's a good chance that a Division I school will take him, make him redshirt a year, will work on his game for that year, maybe even another year or two, get him practicing with the team, and then maybe have him playing major minutes in the last year or two of his college basketball. And if they could get Robert firing on all cylinders physically, because he's already skilled and 7'7", even if it does take another 5 years, for those 2 years having that 7'7" player would be worth it. So for them reasons, I'm almost certain he will play Division I basketball. Will he make the NBA? That's extremely unlikely. Basketball's becoming more of a small ball, more of a fast game year after year. Guys like Porzingis can run the floor at 7'3". These freak athletes we've never seen before. We've never seen guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo, like Ben Simmons, at 7 foot tall being able to play the point guard. These guys are 7 foot tall and elite athletes. Robert is 7'7" and struggles to run. And the difference in these guys' max vertical leap probably makes up for the 7 inches and extra wingspan that Robert has over them. But will he be able to go pro somewhere? That's extremely likely. While the NBA is becoming faster and faster, European basketball is still a slow down game. European basketball is still massively reliant on plays and is played nowhere near as fast as NBA basketball. For that reason, I can see him definitely being able to go pro if he wanted to. While it may be tough for him to make one of the top EuroLeague rosters like a Real Madrid, Olympiacos, one of those teams, he may play for a lower team in the ACB. He may play for a team in the Italian league. There's so many professional leagues in Europe that will pay decent enough that he could probably make it in. So while the NBA is very unlikely for Robert, even though taco fall players like that could well make the NBA because they just move that bit better than Robert, I can definitely see him with his touch, with his height, and with the fact that it'll probably be about another 5 or 6 years at least until he's trying to go pro, and if he spends those years trying to develop his athleticism, and even if he becomes Sim Villar athletic, which is extremely unathletic, but athletic enough that he can make it up and down the court in a basketball game, he can definitely have a great pro career if he stays healthy. So anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.